Hello, I am your teacher, Mr. Pacitti, and this is my classroom here in Toledo, Ohio. So put away your mobile phones, put away your Cabbage Patch Kids. It's time to concentrate. It's time to study. This is Smackdown Live. This is my step ladder. I never knew my real ladder. And this is graded. Kicking things off with SmackDown Live General Manager Paige, who explains how we're going to find out who's going to face AJ Styles for the WWE Championship at Extreme Rules. That man will be the winner of the first ever on SmackDown Live Five-Man Gauntlet Match, and the competitors are as follows: Daniel Bryan, Big E, The Miz, Rusev, Samoa Joe. This is going to be a good SmackDown. To the ring now, and we welcome SmackDown Live Women's Champion Carmella, who speaks very earnestly, saying that when she was young, she used to deal with self-confidence issues, and she wants every girl and every boy to look in the mirror and say these words: Mella is money. That's right, it's another heel promo where the heel starts off all humble, making us think that, hey, maybe she's just a human being too, but then no, she's still a complete cock. She does the whole I beat Charlotte Flair twice shtick and then is interrupted by the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka. Except it's not Asuka, obviously, it's James Ellsworth. He unveils himself again, and then he lists all of the women that Carmella is better than: Lita, Trish, Mother Teresa, Ronda Rousey, but there's one woman that she's definitely better than, and that is Asuka. Cue Asuka's music, and we finally get the real Asuka. Ellsworth squares up to Asuka and is quickly destroyed, but then is laid out by Carmella with a super kick. Carmella leaves with the title held above her head. This one gets a C- from me. I think this was lazy. I think this was a distinctly average opening promo. And most importantly, it made Asuka look stupid again, especially after Sunday, where she was distracted by a bloke in a robe and a mask. This time she was distracted by Ellsworth. She stopped to pose. She stopped to taunt Ellsworth after laying him out, and then was quickly taken out with a single move by Carmella. It's not for me. Next up, the Iconics come to the ring and cut the cheapest of heel heat promos, saying that the good people of Toledo, Ohio are smelly. Savage. Who else is smelly? Becky Lynch. Ouch. Ouch. They say that Becky Lynch is a failure, that she couldn't succeed at Money in the Bank, that she's nothing but Charlotte Flair's troll sidekick. Who better than Becky Lynch? Canyon. No, the Iconics are better than Becky Lynch. Enter Becky Lynch, and it's time for Billie Kay versus Becky Lynch, and Becky played this one perfectly. From the start, she was dominating, taking out her frustration, showing real intensity, hit the Bexploder straight away, and it was, brilliant. This is exactly what she needs to be doing following her loss at Money in the Bank. Billie Kay takes control after the distraction from Peyton Royce, but not for long. Becky Lynch takes out Peyton Royce, gets Billie Kay back in the ring, and makes her quickly tap to the disarmer. This match gets a B from me. As I say, this is exactly how they should be presenting Becky following her not winning at Money in the Bank on Sunday, and the crowd are really invested. This newfound intensity, it's captivating. It was really, really fun to watch. A real, she's serious. She's serious, and I think she's going for the gold, hopefully. After Asuka and Carmella, that feud is over. That leaves Becky at the top of the rung in contention for the SmackDown Live Women's title. I love this. A quick, dark promo from Jeff Hardy now, who isn't facing the camera. He says that last week, Shinsuke Nakamura's knee collided with his face. I want to get this right. Collided with his face, sending a shockwave through his epidermis, reverberating through his subcutaneous tissue, rattling his skeletal system, and shaking his soul. All right, Jeff. Calm down, mate. He also kicked you in the dick. Anyway, Jeff turns round and it's not Jeff Hardy. Well, it is Jeff Hardy. It's not Jeff Hardy. It's Willow. Willow the Wisp. You may be familiar with him from his work in Impact Wrestling. So Jeff has the white makeup on. He's Willow the Wisp. I think this is kind of cool. I was never really into the Willow character that much, but I think it's nice that if Matt gets to do his thing and be broken, that Jeff gets to run with his gimmick too. I'm not really sure what that gimmick is, but Willow, yeah. Backstage now with Daniel Bryan and Renee Young, and Renee Young congratulates Daniel Bryan on his win against Big Cass at Money in the Bank. I guess I should talk very quickly about Big Cass. I've been pretty vocal about my dislike for Big Cass, but it's never fun to see somebody lose their job. That's not an enjoyable thing. So whatever Big Cass wants to do next, whether that's wrestling, whether that's something else, hopefully not a rap album, I hope you thrive. Good luck, Big Cass. You are big. You are big. Daniel is revealed as the first competitor in tonight's Five-Man Gauntlet match, and he says that he's going to take down 3 of the best superstars in WWE: Samoa Joe, Rusev, and Big E. But what about The Miz? No! He said 3 of the best superstars in WWE. I really love this. Really, really love this. I love the way that they're just going to continue teasing Daniel Bryan versus The Miz, make us all salivate for us, desperately want it. And I think at this point, they might even hold off until WrestleMania, and who can blame them? It's a big money match. Love this. Back to ringside, and the Usos cut a quick promo before finally SAnitY are here. I love Alexander Wolf. I love Killian Dane. I love Eric Young. I'm so excited to finally see them on the blue brand. The Usos, the bastards, they attack while the lights are still off. They try to gain the upper hand, but it does not work. Killian Dane hits the running splash and then a Vader bomb, and then Eric Young with the assisted neckbreaker off the middle rope, and that's your lot. I love this. I'm giving it an A. I'm absolutely giving it an A. Maybe just because I'm so excited to finally see SAnitY on SmackDown, but also because they didn't do the thing that they could have very easily done, and that's just have SAnitY squash a load of jobbers. Brilliant. They're finally here. Finally! Yeah! Next up, it's the Money in the Bank pre-show rematch. The SmackDown tag titles are on the line. The Bludgeon Brothers versus Gallows and Anderson, and this was much the same, really. Gallows and Anderson actually allowed to get in quite a bit of offense, but ultimately they would be defeated by the big beardy bastards. This one gets a C from me. It was fine. It's almost like Bludgeon Brothers need a bit of competition. Maybe SAnitY or... No, just SAnitY. As the Bludgeon Brothers are leaving, Daniel Bryan's music hits, and they have a quick meeting on the ramp. They square off on the ramp. What does this mean? Is it a throwback to their time in the Wyatts? Is there a feud starting here? Maybe it's just a show of respect because they like each other's beards. I don't know, but it's time for your main event. It's the Five-Man Gauntlet Match to decide who is going to face AJ Styles for the WWE Championship at Extreme Rules. And first off is Daniel Bryan versus Big E, and this was fantastic. Daniel Bryan working a technical style to wear down Big E, locking in a Dragon Sleeper at one point. I love that move. Big E with a big splash on the apron, Daniel Bryan with a Hurricanrana, then the yes kicks, then Big E working some submission moves of his own before hitting this mental spear through the middle rope to the outside. Big E is a maniac. Daniel Bryan ends up putting Big E away with the knee to the face, but Big E looked fantastic here. Not only do I want to see more of Daniel Bryan versus Big E, but Big E completely confirmed in my mind that he is ready for the main event. Daniel Bryan's next opponent's music hits, and it's none other than Samoa Joe. Joe takes immediate control before Bryan makes a bit of a comeback. They scrap on the outside, and then Joe locks in the Coquina clutch. And he's torn between causing the damage to Daniel Bryan and making sure that he gets back in the ring before the 10 count passes. Daniel Bryan makes a reversal, Daniel Bryan gets back in the ring, but Samoa Joe doesn't and is counted out and eliminated from the match. A clever way of keeping Joe looking pretty strong. He doesn't take a pinfall or anything like that, while keeping Daniel Bryan the underdog in the match. Then for some reason, the Bludgeon Brothers enter and powerbomb Daniel Bryan. Cue The Miz comes down, skull-crushing finale. Shouldn't be doing that at the top of a ladder. Skull-crushing finale, and takes out Daniel Bryan. 1, 2, 3. More teasing of the Miz-Daniel Bryan feud, which is brilliant, but it also poses the question, what are the Bludgeon Brothers doing there? Has The Miz recruited them? Truly compelling television. Out next is the final man, Rusev, and one of these two men, The Miz and Rusev, will face AJ Styles at Extreme Rules for the WWE title. And at this point, I just thought it was going to be The Miz. Completely in my mind, they're not going to give it to Rusev. It's going to be The Miz, but hold your horses. Miz slowing things down with submission holds, but then there's a bit of a comeback, a bit of back and forth action, and then Miz sets up for Daniel Bryan's running knee, doing the whole, oh, I don't like doing this on a ladder, doing that, but he runs for it and is caught immediately with a match kick, and then Rusev locks in the accolade and Miz taps. Rusev is the #1 contender for the WWE title. Somewhere, Ross Twiddell is masturbating. After the match, AJ Styles comes to the ring, and Rusev and AJ shake hands, a nice show of respect, and then Aiden English comes in, and he extends his hand for AJ to shake. AJ goes to shake it, but Aiden English and is immediately laid out by AJ Styles. Rusev's reaction to this was really interesting. He was just annoyed. He was pissed off with Aiden English for showing that disrespect. So this is either the end of that friendship or the beginning of the end of that friendship. I think by the time Extreme Rules comes around, Rusev and Aiden English, if they already aren't, they will not be together anymore. Rusev Day as a team is over. Giving this match an A, you're probably not going to get a better wrestling match on WWE Weekly TV. It was brilliant, and what it proved is that SmackDown's main event scene has the potential to be so strong. I was chuffed with Rusev winning, overjoyed, but I would have been happy with any of the 5 men winning this one, which just proves that, yeah, there's so much potential for great matches and great feuds on the blue brand. I think if you'd left this any longer, fans may have started to lose interest. This should have probably happened a few months ago, but it's happening now. Seeing Rusev's lovely little happy face at the end of the match, just beautiful. This episode of SmackDown Live gets a B+ from me. I was going to give it an A. I was so close to giving it an A, but I think a show needs to be pretty much perfect across the board for that to happen, and an average tag match as well as a fairly weak Carmella promo at the beginning prevented that from happening. I'm sorry, I'm a hard ass, I know. Grr. So that's all from me. Thanks for watching, and you can follow me on Twitter here. If you enjoy what we do here at Cultaholic, you can pledge to our Patreon. That's patreon.com/Cultaholic. And most importantly, don't forget to hit subscribe and join us.